The name of the segment is Wigga Please. All right, we're going to be discussing current events, past events, future events, and if I don't like it, you get a Wigga Please. If I'm flabbergasted, you get Wigga Please. If I'm confused, you get Wigga Please. If it's more than one person, you get Wiggas Please. My first Wigga Please goes to this weekend in Los Angeles. An African-American woman and a Caucasian man, apparently as an actress, were caught. I don't know, they were accused of having sex. They said they were making out. The couple said they were making out. Police officer came because people were watching them. Apparently, was a door open in their car. They were on the street during the day. Police officer was accused of pulling them over, saying that she was a prostitute. Police officer said that he was just pulling them over because they were freaking off in the middle of the day. I don't know if you heard the audio of her being arrested, but I have a little clip of the audio of her being arrested.
Daddy, can you hold on just for a second? Hold on. Excuse me. What's the issue?
Somebody called the police saying that there was lewd acts in the car.
There's no lewd acts happening.
Doesn't matter. I have to ID you.
We're not doing anything.
Somebody called.
I'm on the phone with my dad. This is my boyfriend.
Okay, I want to see your ID. Somebody called, which means gives me the right to be here.
So my first Wigga Please goes to the police officer. Why are you going to fuck up a good thing? If they want to freak off during the middle of the day, let them freak off during the middle of the day. Wigga Please. Why are you interrupting that shit? If people are watching it and you're getting a free show, in the 80s, that was called a peep show. You had to pay 10, 25 cents for that. Now you can't even do it. Wigga Please.
Somebody called.
I'm on the phone with my dad. This is my boyfriend.
Okay, I want to see your ID. Somebody called, which means gives me the right to be here. So it gives me the right to identify you.
Do you know how many times I've been called? The cops have been called just for being black.
That is not,
because we're black and he's white. I'm just being really honest.
Who brought up a race card? Why?
I'm bringing it up because I
said nothing about you being black. And I have every right to ask your ID.
And I have every right to say no. And if you'd like
no, you do not have every right to say no.
You can take me down to the court office and I can make a scene about it.
No.
And you know what? I have a publicist and I work as an actor
mildly
at this
interested.
studio, okay?
I'm mildly interested. You have a publicist, but I'm going to get your ID.
So Daddy, I can't believe it. Like all the things that are happening with the cops right now, I can't make out with my boyfriend in front of my fucking studio. Without even the cops called us.
We were like in our garage.
I don't even care about making a scene anymore. I don't have to give him my ID because it's my right to sit on the fucking street corner and take out with my boyfriend. That's my right.
Sweetheart, you're getting arrested. The police officer doesn't want to hear from your daddy. He doesn't care about the story of your life, the plight. Sweetheart, you're getting arrested. Whip out your goddamn ID. We don't care if you got a publicist. We don't care about any of that shit. Wigga, please. And second of all, where's your man? This dude that you're out there, at least if they weren't making out, there was at least a hand job situation going on. I don't know where the guy is that you were giving the hand job to. And listen, I have nothing against a good hand job. All right, I feel like it's the safest form of sex. Everybody's happy. It's clean. It's safe. It's casual. You know, that's a whole other segment. But I'm a strong proponent of hand jobs. But sweetheart, apparently this is an actress. She was in Django Unchained. Wigga, please. Yo, you're being arrested. All right. You were freaking off during the middle of the day in public. Your door was open, apparently. Yo, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. So you get a Wigga Please. Your boyfriend, who I'm assuming, this isn't a fact, but I'm assuming there was at least some finger popping and or a hand job going on. You both get Wigga Please. All right, so you getting how this works? You act crazy, you do some dumb shit, you get the Wigga Please. Second one goes this weekend in Times Square in Manhattan, the middle of Times Square. If you've never been to Times Square, it's like Disneyland or it's like Hollywood Boulevard. Motherfucking Spider-Man and Batman got into a fight. Two characters that were in costumes, trying to get tips for taking pictures and doing bullshit poses, started fighting. Batman and Spider-Man. Apparently, it was a turf war. Batman said to Spider-Man, I'm going to fuck you up, Batman. No, Spider-Man said to Batman, I'm going to fuck you up, Batman. And then Spider-Man grabbed his ass. I don't know what that was gonna happen. And then Spider-Man fucking was like, yo, don't grab my ass. And then he whipped out his silly string and he sprayed Batman with his silly string. Wigga, please. Yo, dude, my man, what the fuck is wrong with you two? First of all, these guys in these costumes, none of them are even physically fit enough to be wearing these costumes. Okay, so if you're not physically fit enough to be wearing a Spider-Man or a Batman costume, if you're not cock diesel, shut it down. All right? It's not fair to you. It's not fair to the kids. Second of all, yo, silly string? Like, what the fuck? Third of all, here's a rule for all these characters out there. Spider-Man, Batman, Dora, all you people. You got to cover your loaf. All right? You got to put some kind of cock piece on, because seeing a Spider-Man impersonator with his loaf dangling around and he doesn't have a proper jock strap or some kind of cock piece or a cup, it's not cool, man. And it's frightening to little children. So just off of that, you should be arrested and get some sort of summons. But you two assholes fighting and Batman referring to each other as Batman and Spider-Man, like actually calling each other the names of the characters. Wigga, please. Wigga, please. Batman and Spider-Man, Wigga, please. Cut that shit out. Third Wigga Please of the week. Urban Outfitters released a sweatshirt that says Kent State. Now, if you're not familiar with what Kent State is probably most famous for, there was a terrible shooting on campus during a peaceful protest in the 1960s. Do your history. If I know it, you should know it, because I don't know shit. Urban Outfitters released a sweatshirt with a Kent State logo with bloodstains on it. Wigga, please. Are you out of your fucking mind? Yo, you're bugging. Do you get this? Like, now what happens? They pull the shirt off of it. It's covered in blood. Students, peaceful protesters during the 60s, were shot by the National Guard. Get it? So now, 30, 40 years later, they released a sweatshirt, Kent State with bloodstains. You hipster motherfuckers. Wigga, please. I'm so tired of these hipster motherfuckers. That's a whole other segment I want to talk about. The hipster elite, the hipster mafia. You nerd fucks. Listen, I'm tired of it. With your fucking socks, your beards, and your glasses. We need to shut that shit down. The nerds need to go back to getting their lunch money taken, and everybody, proper order needs to take over. But Urban Outfitters, you released a $129 sweatshirt with the Kent State logo and blood smears over it. Wigga, please. You're fucking tripping. All right, here's another one. Kanye West, my main fucking man. Kanye, I love you. Yeezy season. Wheezy. I love Kanye. I love you. I love your music. I love your production. I even like the way you dress, No Bruno. You got good style. My kids love you. My son loves you. My kids love you. Both my kids love you. They want to be you. You actually took my son from wearing just basketball shorts and cruddy stained t-shirts to having some fashion sense. You inspired them. They love your music. I love your music. Been a fan since I first heard you. With the Rockefeller stuff, the production. I love you, but you're bugging out. All right. At a show in Australia this weekend, Kanye refused to continue to perform until everybody stood up. Apparently, most of the crowd stood up, except for a handful of people. And he was like, stand up, stand up. I'm not going to perform until you could stand up. And the crowd was gesturing, doing like something with their arms. Turns out the motherfuckers that weren't standing up were in wheelchairs. Okay? Listen, Kanye, I went to your show. I didn't stand up. First of all, you were in a mask for like 90 minutes of the show. For all I know, it could have been a stunt double. Second of all, my fucking feet hurt. So Wigga, please, man. Listen, if I don't want to stand up during the show, I'm not going to stand up. And if the dude in the wheelchair isn't standing up, You got blinders on, man. The motherfucker is in a wheelchair. Apparently, some other dude who had a trick leg, he raised his prosthetic leg to say, yo, I can't stand up. I got a fucking bum leg here. You know, I got a trick leg. Then when Kanye saw that the guy had a prosthetic leg and the guy was in the wheelchair, he let go. But don't you think you embarrassed these dudes? Wigga Please. He probably felt like shit when he realized that you were really serious about not performing until everybody stood up. So Wigga Please, Kanye, cool out, man. We love you. Everybody loves you. You're the guy. You're the fucking guy. But you can't be making people... Look, I didn't stand up your whole show, and I'm a big fan. And then I told you how great the show was after the show. I'm 44 years old. My fucking feet hurt. All right? And I had on my New Balances. My comfortable New Balances, I still couldn't stand up. And I was frustrated watching the Yeezus tour. You had that fucking Phantom of the Opera mask on for the whole time. I didn't know who the fuck was going to pop out from underneath there. It was in the Staples Center. At one point, you looked taller than your normal self. I thought Kobe was performing. I don't fucking know. So, Kanye, you get Wigga Please.